Yeah, that's good. Shalom, shalom, fam. Shalom, shalom. Shalom. Which way? Shalom.
Yeah, shalom, family. Peace, peace, peace and blessings. We wait for at least one person to get in here.
You're gonna wait for one person. Okay, well, if you're watching the replay, go ahead and like it and subscribe if you like to hear about topics that we talk about, such as what do we talk about on here? What we be talking about?
Everything organic.
Yeah, like gold, silver is organic,
Hmm.
organic, raising a family, homeschooling, organic business development, not relying on your 9 to 5 all the time. And
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
what else is
shalom.
organic?
Welcome, guys. Make sure you like the video, because we're gonna be talking about something.
We're talking about, so the title of the video is basically how to make good decisions in Africa, or how to not make foolish decisions in Africa, okay?
Exactly.
Because you got to move with wisdom and understanding and discernment in these times, right?
Correct.
So, yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about because that's been something that we have been able to testify of, something we have done since we have been traveling in Africa for the past 4 years since the pandemic.
Yes. So welcome, guys. Welcome. Um, Hopefully this might be a quick one because we have to do a couple of things before the day ends. So, welcome. I hope you guys are enjoying your morning, day, afternoon, whenever you watch the video. We appreciate you guys for subscribing to the channel. If you
Yep.
have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Like the video, share the video, comment, and let us know your thoughts because this is a open mind channel. We don't try to judge anybody's thoughts. We don't try to judge anybody's opinions. So we just speak on the truth that we know
Yep.
and what we believe.
Yep.
So all praises to the Most High always, for waking us up this morning. Putting that breath of life in our body once again. So it's always all praises, all glory, all honor to Him. And I can say this. Recently, I'd say last night, I watched our first video we did for YouTube, right?
In 2019,
And
December.
yeah, if anybody's on here right now, let us know if you saw our first video of our YouTube, like our very first video, and let us know, have we like kind of changed. I'm not saying like, of course we changed, but in a way we are still the same. Like we still do the kind of the same thing, but
Yeah.
we just got more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
So my mission, not my message to whoever's watching, whoever want to hear, whoever want to see what I'm saying, um, is to keep doing what you're doing, but just be more comfortable with it. The Most High is not gonna, like He's already doing it for you. You just have to take it to the next level, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you got to be confident because I think this is a lesson we've even learned because when we moved to Africa, we were in our mid to late 20s. And so coming into our 30s, well, you're already 30. I'm not 30 yet, I'm 28. But
I just
there's a
turned 30.
certain
Don't be like,
confidence.
I just
You're
turned
already
30.
30.
I just turned 30.
Yeah, you just turned 30. You're
Okay,
30.
don't look.
You're
You
30.
trying to call me old?
You're 30. But there's a certain level of confidence that you have to grow and have in the word and who the Most High has called you to be, especially in these times
Yeah.
when we have all of these distractions with the internet, where it's easier to be in not in community, but have this network of people that ordinarily without the internet you wouldn't have access to. Not that it's a bad thing, but you have to be discerning and confident in who the Most High has called you to be.
Yeah.
Because in these days, you ain't got much like leg room to mess up.
Yeah,
in these
really,
last days. There's not
really.
much leg room when
What did
Russia
you
is
say
at the
earlier?
door. What?
What did you say earlier about like kind of like the choice? Like if the Most High chooses you, He's going to increase you, but if He doesn't, like in this
Oh,
time,
how did I word it? Oh man, I should have wrote that down.
in this time,
Because it
it's
was
either
Psalm
increasing or
16, like the
decreasing.
Most High, He's going to increase. Okay, so in Psalm 16, it talks about how He says, lengthen your cords, strengthen your bands. I have a goodly inheritance. This is what King David was saying, okay? But it goes both ways. Like if you're not discerning in this time, then you won't be lengthening your cords and strengthening your bands and having a good inheritance. Like you have to be obedient, like, and we always say this, you have to be sensitive to the spirit of the Most High that is within you.
Yeah, like really, because we're really seeing it. We are really seeing it and living it. We see examples on both sides.
Yeah.
So you got to really be careful. You got to understand.
Ooh.
You got to open your ears, right? We was reading Revelations, right? It kept saying, those who has an ear to hear, kept saying it. So listening and understanding and knowing what's going on right now, you gotta hear it and act on it.
Yeah,
It's all
check out
about actions.
Revelations 2 through 5, 2 through 6.
Yeah.
It's like, man, it hits so much differently being in this time that we're in. Seeing that China has dumped the American dollar, Saudi Arabia is dumping the American dollar. You literally see this coming to pass. And it's interesting how you said that, because it's like, if you can perceive what the Spirit is saying to the assembly, if you can
Hmm.
hear from Him. So it's not Him saying, everyone hear from me, the whole of humanity. He's saying, I already know it's a remnant. So if you can hear what the Spirit is saying to the assembly.
Exactly. Yes, really. So make sure you like the video, guys. We're about to read some stuff for you.
Yeah, y'all, because China has, so y'all know we're entrepreneurs. If you don't know, you're new here. We are entrepreneurs. We do not work here in Africa. We own a small business based in the States, but with clients internationally. But we look at the markets, okay? You're trading and stuff like that. So we look at the markets, we look at certain things, and a notification popped up from investing.com talking about how China's central bank is going to return to gold buying as prices ease. So just over the last 6 months, we were investing in gold and we saw some massive returns on our stock investments in gold.
Hmm.
Okay. The gold bullion strategy, the Barrett gold, these are two excellent stocks that you can invest in with just like $1. And so just within the last 6 months, the price of gold has expanded like crazy at rates that it has not hit before. And it's because China was the nation buying up all the gold, as well as
Hmm.
China. Obviously, Arab nations and other Asian nations were like, okay, we should probably do this too. I'm sure Russia has probably started to look into that as well, because in their mind, preparation, if they know ahead of time they're not going to be networking with the US anymore, they're not even going to carry US bonds and treasuries anymore, because you can
Hmm.
invest in like the US government system and you like even regular people can invest in it. But they're saying no, we're gonna actually shift and go to gold.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
and that tells you something too. Like when stuff like this happens, because the economic big powers, the countries with power, right? When they do something, they really doing it 5 years ahead of time.
yeah,
Like they
yeah,
think in the future.
yeah.
So this is the time to try to. I saw the post too. I'm not saying I'm kind of off topic with gold, but I saw somebody say if you invested in Bitcoin with $1 since like 2010 or something like that, you would probably you would have like $8 million today.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So investing small, it can in the future it can really be big.
It is, yeah,
So
yeah.
gold, you can definitely, go
You
ahead.
can invest in gold and silver and just put $100, $50,
Exactly.
$20. You start small. You can use it with like SoFi. That's the one we use. You can use Moo. You can use. I think that's the only ones we really know about.
Yeah.
But it's
Somebody
so
said,
interesting
somebody
because
said, how can we invest in gold? Can we invest now before moving to South Africa?
absolutely, just open a SoFi bank account. But China, I'm going to read this article because it's so interesting. It's on mining.com. China's the biggest official sector buyer of gold. I assume that they mean on earth. China is the one that's buying all the gold right now. Is expected to resume its bullion shopping spree once prices ease from the record high it hit in May. Remember, I said the last few months our gold was like increasing. We were looking at the app like, I was like, dang, okay, go, I see you, all right. And so it it hit record highs in May as the fundamental case for the metal remains. Industry players said it at a conference this week after adding to its gold reserves for 18 consecutive months. They weren't playing. Official data from the People Bank of China showed its holdings were unchanged in May, sending global spot prices down sharply on Friday. China's data did hit a show pause. And so, if y'all don't know much about how to invest, buy it when it's low. So, this is like your prime time to go
Yeah,
ahead and get in it when it's low because they're saying they're going to be on their gold shopping spree again. And I assume Saudi Arabia is going to be following them
exactly.
since they have not renewed their agreement with the petrodollar when they are giving oil to the US. They're going to be
Hmm.
trading in yuan.
Yeah, yep. They just gonna trade in their own currency.
Yeah.
So
And the Chinese wons, but not necessarily theirs. They're saying
yeah,
they're going to trade in yuan.
one and yeah, yeah. Um, dang, you made me forget what I was about to say. Yeah. But yeah, when the charts when the charts drop, there's gonna be a big massive move up. It's gonna continue, especially with gold. It already hit the high, so it's trying to correct
Yeah.
itself. It's trying to correct
Yeah.
itself. Like is this gonna continue going high? Because we don't know. Let's go back down and check it and make sure we get all the liquidity and stuff like that, the little loose change, and then okay, we got all that. Now let's shoot back up. Let's get back and break that new high. So that's what it's going to be soon.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the prime time to make wise decisions. And this
In the
just
next
goes
year, in the
back.
next 6 months, I'll say. Next
Yeah.
6 months, next year. Yeah, if you invest right now, the next 6 months, you're going to probably have 5 times your money.
You can even have it as few as a few weeks and
Yeah,
months. The way this market has been with China.
yeah, especially with everything going on right now. War is economical, right?
Yeah.
It's like they do war to, make some money.
It's crazy.
So,
And, Russia's at the door. So all of these nations seeing this destabilization in the Western nations are looking and they're like, I don't think we can trust the EU. I don't think we should trust America. Let's just invest in gold. Let's diversify and get out of this system that was just implemented in 1945. Isn't that mind blowing
yeah,
that the dollar standard was implemented around 1945?
that's wild. That's wild to think about. That's not too long ago. So just think about 10 years from now. Even I mean, if it's gonna be 10 years from now, but yeah, it's gonna be something else.
Yeah, because we have to get back to trading in the ancient ways. Like US dollar is just very recent. Like if you just go back 50 to 100 years and look at how people were living, people had been living in a different way. Like technology has advanced things so much in the last few decades
Shalom,
that
shalom, family.
we look at things from a distorted view and have the false mindset that America living is the only way to live, and it's just not true, and it's not sustainable because America herself owes trillions of dollars in debt to China, literally owed by China. So anytime people say, "Oh my gosh, China rules Africa," ma'am, sir, China rules America
Yeah, like
more
really.
than Africa. Go see who they got to pay their debt to. They got to pay it to China.
Oh, this is
Okay.
uploaded.
And so that's why China can literally just pull stuff and do whatever they want to do.
Really.
And that's why they also have the ability to say, we're getting rid of these US bonds. We're getting rid of that stuff. We're not messing around anymore. We really simply want to deal with gold. We want to be able to trade with other nations in our currency, which makes sense. America is not the god of the planet. Newsflash. I don't know how difficult that is to understand that America is not the god over the whole earth. And it shouldn't be because there's other nations and other players. Africa also, of course, has gold, and they're going to be free to trade the way that they want to because Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, Senegal, they've been kicking the West out. They've been kicking out America. They've been kicking out France and standing up and saying, actually, we're done with this. And if anybody
Hmm.
knows about history, the independence movement in Africa started in West Africa, specifically Ghana with Kwame Nkrumah. And so we can only assume that it's going to continue on this path of people having a freedom mindset and being independent from the chains of the West.
Yep, yep. You are correct. Like really, we trying to give people insight of what's about to happen because the Most High gives us insight.
Yeah, you got to be able to discern the times and make your life simple in Africa. Don't make foolish decisions. I think that a lot of people, and this is just from our view, we don't know everything, know everybody or anything like that. But when you move to Africa, move with wisdom, okay? We say this 55,000 different times, but people don't always listen. Sometimes people may text us or email us like, oh, I'm trying to look for a remote job. And it's like, we don't do remote jobs. We are entrepreneurs. And we say, before you leave America, before you get on the plane, create a personal brand and become an entrepreneur. We don't say this just for fun. We say it because that's actually what we do. We invest in gold as well. We invest in silver as well. We're telling you things that are practical that we have in our everyday life, things that we are also teaching our children to do. So that's like number one. Number two, move or travel to a country that's visa free for Americans.
Yeah, Americans got a lot of leverage in other countries, especially visa free. They welcome you.
While you have that leverage, use it. Use it to your advantage before the American passport starts to slowly
Yeah,
diminish.
really. Yeah,
Use that leverage.
you have to. And if you don't
Save.
got your passport, get your passport. I'm gonna keep saying it because some people they really don't
Yeah.
listen. And this
Yeah.
is a very, very important time to have your passport.
Yeah.
Like really, get your passport. Get your children's passport. No matter
Yeah.
what, you have to have a passport. It's just like you gotta have an ID in the States. Get your passport.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't make sense not to. Save your money and just get it so you're ready to go because Russia is literally down there in the Gulf of Mexico just chilling. Like,
Right?
we're just chilling. We're just going to do some military drills with Venezuela real quick. Everything's cool.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, China's buying up all the gold. Saudi Arabia is like, I think it's time for a shift after this jubilee, this 50 years that we just had with America. Great time. America was probably hoping that they would renew, right? They were
Mhm.
probably thinking, oh, they'll probably just renew it because we're America. We're the best country on earth. Everybody loves us. And they're slowly starting to see that that's just not a fact.
Not at all. No facts. No factual reference.
And so in Western Europe, I think it's interesting that there has been talk on news channels and different things like that. That Western Europe says that they are telling their citizens to prepare for a world war or some type of escalation, telling them that they need to have food in their houses, they need to be able to defend themselves. And this is not reaching news in America, but Europe has been telling the people to prepare.
Hmm. Really? So we're telling you to prepare, and don't make it difficult. Just make it very simple. Make it simple, because everything is simple. It should be simple.
Yeah. It's crazy because it's even Sweden, and Sweden is usually like a neutral territory,
Yeah.
but they're saying that they need to prepare, they need to get ready. So all the folks are getting ready, and it's really just these different principalities. And so you, as a Black American, need to go ahead and take your exit out of Babylon. Don't look back. You're going to live in a beautiful, abundant life, especially if you receive understanding, and all you're getting it an understanding of how to operate on the ground because there's a certain level of dysfunction that we as Americans have when we come out of America and think that we should be treated with some like red carpet, like, and just complaining, just the rudest people. It's not uncommon to find Americans that are in Africa that speak insanely disrespectful to African waitresses, waiters that just have this chip on their shoulder, and then they're like, why is all this bad stuff? It's like your spirit is horrible.
You're bringing that colonized mindset, that colonized spirit over here. It's not good because that's what we see with just say like here we see another nation talking to this nation like they're just lower than them.
Yeah.
Leave them.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one time we was at the safari zoo, right? and then these I don't know where they was from. It was something like Germany or something like that.
Okay.
They was eating the ice cream, right? They ate the ice cream. The trash can is right behind them, but they decided to take their trash to the register to this other person that's another nation that another skin tone and everything. They put it to the counter, and she's looking at them like 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 the trash can is right there. Why'd you bring it back? Like, oh. So it was just like, man, they really be like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just their mindset.
Yeah. And somehow I think it's so perverse. And I say perverse because perversion literally means like being out of the will of the Most High, seeing things from the wrong mindset. Okay. Perversion. So some Black Americans, we put on this same treacherous, just, it's such a horrible spirit when you see people that carry the spirit. That you come to Tanzania, you come to Kenya, you come to South Africa, you come to anywhere in Africa, Ghana, wherever it is, and you have that same chip on your shoulders that you got from the white man from being in his system because you didn't check yourself and repent for all the white idolatry and pride that you have in your own heart. But then you go accuse Africans, you come to their countries, whether it's Ghana, Nigeria, Tanzania, Kenya, and you just think everything is supposed to be, I don't even know how to describe it. The best way I can say it is that, like, if you're sitting at a restaurant sometimes with the Black diaspora, and the way that they speak to certain waitresses or waiters is just blatantly disrespectful. You wouldn't even talk to people like this in America.
Mm.
You wouldn't even talk to your children or your spouse or anybody like this, but you want to talk to African melanated people like this. Don't come here doing that because you will reap what you're sowing. And I think that's something people really forget. Like, the Most High's laws are activated all over the world. And so a lot of times when people just come into trouble and trouble and trouble in Africa, it's because them. It's not Africa.
Hmm.
It's you. It's you reaping what you have to sow. So be sober in your mind, be steadfast, be humble, and really ask yourself, why am I talking to these people like this? Why do I feel like I should only be in a white world around white people? Why do I have trouble seeing people with their natural hair? Like, really ask yourself that. Because I'm just wondering why people come to Africa with these strange mindsets. Leave all that white colony or colonial mentality back in America. It's not for Africa. Nobody wants that. Just leave that there. Take that back over there, keep it there, and try to get it off of you. Repent, like, do fast, do something to get that spirit off of you. Because it doesn't make sense for you to have the same mentality and the same spirit as white colonizers when they come here. Do you want to talk about the video we saw last night from, shout out to Ivy Anita? She shared this video.
Ah, it wasn't funny, but it was. um, Even so, it was this white man. I guess he just recently got TikTok. It was like a veteran, um, and he recently got TikToks like a couple weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess like I don't have TikTok. I see a lot of posts from TikTok and
Yeah,
stuff,
I
so I
don't
know
either.
a lot of people do a lot of research and post and stuff on TikTok. So he I guess he been finding out a lot of truth about America, about 2001 September and stuff, and why he went to
Mm.
go fight and this and that and this and that, and he was crying his eyes out. He was crying. He was upset. He's saying like, "I can't believe it, man. And then he's trying to explain to people like, why don't you get it? Why don't you get it? Like I feel so bad. Like I've been played. I've been doing like I've been like crying, like really kind of like repenting. I would say, in a way, like because he
The
was
first phase of
very
repentance.
like upset. He was like, yeah, yeah, that was just like shocking.
It's that time because the nations, is it Jeremiah 16:19? That says that the nations will wake up and see that they've been lied to, our fathers inherited lies.
Yeah.
Like, you really fought all these wars for decades. I don't know if the man has killed people. In military they do different things, so he's probably thinking of some of that stuff. I don't know for sure, but just knowing like military stuff, going out to these different countries, and America's telling you, oh, fight for the greatest nation. We are saving the world. And
Mm-hmm.
then, in your late 50s and 60s, you realize I've been on the wrong side of things all of this time. That is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That's very heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So hopefully, he does his full repentance, because I think the interesting thing is that people all this time, when black folks were getting lynched and all this stuff and getting shot down in the streets, our brothers, sisters as well recently, nobody would like speak out. But now since it's happening to them and they're reaping what they have sown, now it's like, oh, it's just interesting.
Yeah. I
Very
mean,
interesting.
it has to happen though. Like if you know the scripture, it has to happen. So all praises to the Most High, because He is the one that is allowing it to happen.
Yeah, it's a good time to see it. It's like he's really shifting things for his people, especially the African people. The reason I say especially the African people is because America has been treacherous to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Great Britain has been treacherous to the entire earth, colonizing, raping, pillaging, murdering people all over the world. Germany and Belgium have been treacherous to the entire earth, especially Congo, Kenya, Tanzania, Zambia.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's be real, but nobody likes to talk about that. Everybody's like,
France.
let's protect France, let's protect Great Britain, let's protect Europe as the African diaspora, because these are wealthy nations and we just care about wealth. Like, how about we care about justice?
Yeah, you just
Does
yeah.
anyone care? Let me know down. Do any of y'all care about justice for our African people? Now I know some of y'all like, no, I'm indigenous, I don't care. Do you care? Okay, if you're indigenous, do you care about justice for African people? I'm just curious. I just want
Yeah.
to know all the proxy wars,
Let us know in the comments.
King Leopold killing 15 million Congolese people. Does anybody, even if you're indigenous to America, I'm just curious, because I don't know. I don't know what the doctrine is. I don't, y'all, somebody explain it to me. I could, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But there have been some comments on the channel where people are like, the Native Americans aren't the real Native Americans. We are. And I'm just confused, okay? That some people want to take Native Americans' identity. These people been in America longer than us because we were brought over on ships. But some of our people were like, no, we're the real ones. They just came over recently.
People, yeah. Maybe you don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe I don't know, but them Native Americans, I don't think they take that too happily, too nicely. When
Yeah.
they have been there, they look just like the South Americans who are also in South America, and so I think we should just ask to stop having these stories of blindness and confusion over us and self hate, because we're the only nation of people on planet Earth that constantly say, oh, I'm Hispanic, oh, I'm actually Puerto Rican, I'm not actually African. I've met black people who say this, and they'll
Yeah.
have like the smallest 15% of Puerto Rican. It's like, what about the 75% African? And they're just like, no, I'm completely Puerto Rican. And that's it for that. I'm not going to get into that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering. I just want to know.
Well, I'm glad that a lot of people care about justice for Africa.
Yeah, because
So I'm glad
Africa
to see
has
that.
been pillaged more than any continent. The African people have been raped and pillaged more than any people on the nation, on the face of the entire earth. If
Yeah.
you don't know, you should look up history, since
If you
Yahusha
don't
was
know, now you
resurrected.
know.
If you don't know, look up history since the time that Yahusha was resurrected.
Yeah, that'd be a good start. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Start there.
Yeah. And make sure you like the video, guys. We have what else?
That's all I got. Because I just be wondering. I'm very passionate about my African people. I'm very passionate about pleading the cause of the oppressed, because I just can't. I can't fathom that people have these mindsets in
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah. Fix your mindset in 2024, because it's about to get crazy. It's already crazy. If you haven't noticed, it's already crazy, but it's gonna even get worse.
Yeah,
So you
it
really
will.
gotta be ahead. You gotta really be ahead. The Most High It's telling you to be ahead. You
Yeah.
have to be a step ahead of you, and you got to play chess. It's chess. It's chess, not checkers now. Like really, it's been that. It's really been that. So I know I got to get back to playing chess with Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get another chessboard. That would be good.
yeah. So if you know how to play chess, play it so you can understand just that mindset of playing it every day or something, every couple days a week or something like that. Yeah, it's chess now,
Yep.
and the Most High is just waiting and to increase people. Most High is really waiting to increase people. If you don't, you're just gonna decrease.
Yeah. And make sure you have the right mindset towards the oppressed of the earth. Because he says in Genesis, I will bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you. So just because you're ignorant and you believe Bantu people or you believe Africans aren't, you believe everybody's Hamitic, la la la, except you forgot the prophecy where the Most High said in Isaiah he would utterly destroy Egypt and only leave a small instance of them, but says that to Abraham he would bless his seed and he would be like the sands of the earth. So it only makes sense that Abraham's chosen seed would have more on the earth than the Egyptians. But there's that. But get on the right side of things because y'all gotta make it make sense. You can't hate African people. You can't hate your own melanin and then also say I love the Most High.
Ooh, you gotta invest in melanin. You gotta invest in yourself. This is more
Man,
precious than gold. And they tell you that. They tell the truth. They say, man, we need some melanin.
that is so bad.
We
That's
saw a documentary.
strange.
They say we need like black women. There's something in black women where uh, these old white men take and try to live longer, extend their years. So they really be telling us the truth right in our face, but you know, we still under that spell, that cloud. I I don't get it.
You
Yeah.
gotta want to get out of it. If you idolize that group of people so much in your heart, you're gonna have a very hard time living in Africa because you're gonna be around black people all day, every day, or at least some type of melanated people. You'll see some Indians at times too. If you're in South Africa, if you're like on the east coast of Africa, I don't know if West Africa is much, but because we haven't been there, but you're going to be around darker people. And so if being around dark people all day just makes you feel horrible, I don't know what to tell you other than to repent because that's very strange.
Mm-hmm.
That's strange. If you are a melanated person, you can't stand other melanated people. That's weird. Now, Africa has issues with this as well because everybody has been through the same system of colonization and oppression, but we can always start with ourselves and make sure our hearts or mind are right so that the Most High will honor us in the places that we're going. Because when we have this hatred and malice and strife in our heart towards our own people, then what are you going to produce?
Mm.
You're gonna sow, you're gonna reap that and sow that. Like, really ask yourself, do you love your people that are in Africa? Because some of y'all be in the comments like, those are hammers. And yet Isaiah 11 says, I will call my people Yasharel, Egypt, and Cush. That's Isaiah 11 and 12. I don't know what to tell folks. Y'all got to really read the scriptures for yourself and stop just reciting these doctrines that you've heard from white America.
Mm-hmm.
Because the curse of Ham started with white America. There is no curse of Ham, there is a curse of Canaan. But you have all these white supremacy mindsets as an African person, even though you think some folks say they're not African.
Yeah, guys, it's becoming a new season too. Like really, like literally, it's becoming a new season. So
No, it really is a new season.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like for real,
Oh gosh.
it's becoming a new season. So you gotta know what season it is, and it's a
Yeah.
season of increasing. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that, but you just gotta be on the right side of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have to say much. I don't know. We gotta get ready.
Yeah, I think that's it. Some people had questions. Somebody said they lost 20, or somebody who lost 20,000 in Bitcoin. It just disappeared. Yeah, I haven't invested in Bitcoin. I like to only invest in things that are tangible on the earth. Like businesses are tangible, gold is tangible, silver, but
And yourself, right? You can literally be like, oh, hey, investing in
thanks
you.
for investing in me.
Thank you for investing in me.
Why are you
Yeah,
so funny?
for real. That's real though. That's facts right there.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
true.
told you, you gotta invest in melanin. What's the best melanin that you know? Is yourself.
That's true. Yeah, honor yourself, love yourself. You are the temple of the Most High Yah.
Hmm.
Man, it gets so deep. There's like so many layers to that of
Yeah.
self love, which is loving the Most High because you're created in His image. Loving woolly hair, not perming your hair, not always wanting to straighten your hair, not trying to look like some East Asian. Just look like how the Most High created you, and it's gonna go well for you. It's gonna go really, really good. I'm telling you, it's been working out.
Yep.
Because that's something we stand on over and over.
So let us know if you guys got any questions. We about to get off of here pretty soon. We gotta do some shopping and stuff. Um, yeah. Only invest in things that you understand. That is
Facts.
good.
Facts. If you can't understand it, just stay away from it.
Hmm. Yeah. Thanks for the members too for joining our members only uh, channel or subscribing to our members only. We just uploaded a couple of videos. Oh yeah, we just uploaded another one too for just
Yeah, we
the regular
did.
channel. So we're trying
Yeah.
to get more people to really get behind the scenes. Although we do lives and stuff, we can't say too much on it. But behind the scenes, we try to give y'all more information about that, about just everything that's happening in our life, what the
Hmm.
Most High is really doing for us, and yeah, trying to get people to understand the next 5 years,
Yeah,
next
visa
next
stuff.
year, next 2 years, next 3 years, like yeah,
Yeah,
it's because it's getting
permits,
real. It's getting real.
permit stuff, investing stuff. Um, yeah, just how we live day to day life in Africa, in this country we're in. So yeah,
Hmm.
y'all, I think that's about it. We're about to go find a snack. I'm hungry.
Me too.
I have this favorite tea that I like to drink, y'all. It's called boba tea. And I get like this matcha latte boba tea. It has these little like green and blue, or sorry, grape and blueberry, like not gummies, but they're like fruits at the bottom of the tea. And it's so good. I can't wait to drink it
You funny.
within the next hour. It makes me so happy.
Yes.
It's delicious.
So guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like the video, share it with somebody that you think might help. Comment. Let us know your comments. Let us know your thoughts. Um, is it Russia? Did somebody? Russia Day?
Yeah, it's Russia Day, y'all. It's Russia Day. I'm not sure what that means, but there you
Yeah, I
go.
don't
It's
know what that.
Russia
I
Day.
just saw it's Russia Day, June 12th. So I don't know what that means, but I saw it. I'm like, what does this mean?
I have no
But
idea.
you gotta
There's that.
have an eye to see and an ear to hear.
Yeah, check out Revelations 2 through 5. You'll
Yeah,
get more insights from it. If you've read it before, you'll get more insights than you did previously because it just the word is alive. It just you can learn something new every time
literally,
you read
the
it.
word is alive and it's in you. So live and act on it.
Yep.
So shalom, guys. Seek peace. Love you guys. Love you all. Um, and yeah, that's all.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.